Hello there, and welcome to the Imitation game for today, December the 2nd. Stage 1 with, Hui? Is that like a Hawaiian thing, maybe? Whoa! I'm done. Looks like someone just found a chew toy! Anyways, Hui. Thanks for the load of loot. Go left-hand side. You're gonna get your nice easy win. Stage 2, it looks like Phil. We got Phil on stage 2 here, and once again, going left-hand side. Now, the trick is, there's a whole bunch of non-defensive units over here that you can kind of blow up. Use that GBE to take out the boom cannon. Once that boom cannon's down, this whole side is wide open. And, like, you can decide how much or how little you want to get into this, because, obviously, excuse me, with the cannon right there, you can definitely let your tanks go in and shoot that cannon. You can position your tanks so that cannon doesn't have range. You can do a couple different things. Easy to get past, gonna get some loot. Thank you, Phil. And then we have Phil again. Phil 2? Philip. There we go. Felipe. Maybe? Felipe? I'm gonna go with Felipe. I like it. Left-hand side, once again. Gersh. If you got smokes, make sure to toss a couple smokes so you can smoke around the flamethrowers, because that'll allow you to start going through, and then use your GBE to blow up the 2 boom cannons. Now, if you don't have enough, like, obviously do them one at a time. If you don't have enough to take out the second one, just slowly work your way towards it. As you can see, I dropped critters just to speed things up, but the tanks will just slowly roll through all of these non-defensive buildings, just building up an absolute mountain of GBE. And then throw down some love, take out the 2 boom cannons, and once you get close enough, throw a shock onto the cannon that's here, take it out, and your tanks can pretty much sit right where my tanks are right there, and get a nice, wicked easy win for some fat loots. Then we'll move on, including a crystal. Then we'll move on to stage 4. Okay, stage 4. We got, we covered Felipe, we've covered Phil. Let's go with, This guy can be Dirty Uncle Phil. I don't know. Uncle Phil it is. So, trying so hard not to. Anyways, I don't know. I was just playing some beatball after school and my mom got scared. I kind of drifted in and took out a few buildings, as you probably saw, hopefully if you were paying attention. The reason for this is just a little bit of extra GBE. If you don't need the extra GBE, then don't worry about it. You can go straight to where my tanks are right now, start taking out those residences. Conveniently, they're like a little finger that sticks out, so you drop yourself into the very corner, and your tanks are just going to naturally start rolling in. The only thing you really have to worry about are those 2 cannons right there. One shock conveniently can take them both out, as well as the sniper tower hidden right behind them. So with one shock, you can take out like all the things that can do real damage to you over there, and then you can just continue creeping up through the back. As you can see, I'm at like, what, plus 50 energy for this attack? Maybe less, but pretty darn close. And like, you can kind of coast forward because there's a lot of non-defensive buildings around this backside. I don't know. Nice and easy. So once you take out whatever you feel like taking out, you can flare yourself into that back corner right there, and your tanks will be able to take out the last of the HQ. Now, I know my tanks look pretty beaten up, but if I had dropped medics, like, the damage that came in was very slow. It was over time. Had I had medics, they honestly would have counteracted it with ease. Even level 1 medics, like, no problem. And then all of my tanks would be full. So hopefully you got some medics. It'll make your life a lot easier. Now, Stage 5. Johnny 5. I don't know if they did this on purpose, but Johnny 5 is alive and kicking with an awesome base. I absolutely love this base, and I loved it the moment I saw it, because the moment I saw it, I saw how troops would normally filter through it, and I was just like, wow, really? Guy, that's killer. This base is not necessarily a hard base, but it is a sneaky base. So as you can see, I'm just kind of like letting my troops go in for a nice easy pew pew pew, and then I let them kind of coast around the left hand side there over to the non-defensive buildings, which are conveniently all just stacked up right there. They're all super close, very nice and easy to get to, and my medics kind of stroll in. Well, what this base relies on is you're not paying attention to what's in the trees. And it's not mines. What's in the trees is a high-level mortar that will take out your medics if you're not careful, and some rocket launchers, which also will take out your medics if you're not careful. I started throwing some smokes just to kind of keep the fire off, but this base is almost designed like an anti-Hammerman base, where your tanks are going to go in, they're going to hit these non-defensive buildings, and they're going to start going around, and it's going to coast around very slowly on the map, but your medics are going to just kind of chill there, and if you don't have a tank in between those rocket launchers and your medics are going to get non-stop violated. So what I would suggest, if you want to be really fancy, just kind of poke yourself in just a little bit into that middle section there. Take out the 2 rocket launchers that are in the trees and the mortar. You'll still be out of range of the cannon and everything. And after you do that, you can coast around so much easier. I actually just lost a tank there for absolutely no reason other than the fact that I was just marveling at how well this base worked. This base is not intended to win, it's intended to kill your medics and grab a few easy gems, and I absolutely love it. It's a fantastic, fantastic base, especially if you're at a lower level. It will suck people in at a lower level who aren't looking for that kind of stuff. Love it. Love it so hard. Okay, stage 6. Yes, I'm going at it with tanks, and I know what you're saying. Beard, I just saw that there's like 50% health boost and like 60-something% damage boost. What the heck are you doing going after it with tanks? Well, I'll tell you, it's because I'm stubborn and stupid. So, due to my stubborn and stupidness, I rolled in on Bach. Bach. Bach you. I guess that's more of a Scottish thing, right? Anyways, it's not even really Bach. Batch? Maybe it's Batch. Cumberbatch? Maybe he's a Cumberbatcher. Fan of Benedict? I don't know. Anyways, yes, I honestly saw this base, and the first thing that went through my head was Rifle Zooka Medic. That's what went through my head. What I ended up doing was, well, I got some tanks loaded. I might as well just kind of roll in with some tanks. Rule number 1, set up your troops for success. Load the loadout that is going to win the easiest. If you're going up against a bunch of flamethrowers, booyah, bust out some tanks. If you're gonna go up against a bunch of machine guns, hooray, tanks again. If you're going up against a ridiculously boosted up crazy base like this, hello, rifle that mofo up. So, honestly, I don't know, this level was really hard for me because At first, I was like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna GBE down, like, the shock blaster and maybe like a shock launcher, and then I'll do the second attack with tanks and I'll be able to roll through. And then I started in the beginning there, and I was like, wow, everything's going really good. The shock blaster's down, I got the boom cannon on the beach down, I'm kind of farming things up. I'm just gonna go for it. And I started changing my initial plan, which was really a glorified GBE attack. You know, I was planning on dropping the tanks down to take out the boom cannon, and throwing some critters to take out mines, but I did not really, when launching this, plan on going ahead. And I was just an idiot. And, well, this is what happens to idiots who change their freaking mind in the middle of an attack. That's right, they get wiped out. So then I was like, alright, let's load up what should have been loaded up in the first place, and let's freaking do this. So I loaded up my RMZ. I was thinking of throwing in the cryos, and I was like, you know what, honestly, I don't know if there's any point. Like, I guess I could have tried it. The cryos do deserve a better chance. I don't know. I haven't gotten behind them yet. I'm not feeling the cryos yet. One day, maybe I will smarten up and be like, wow, everybody goes crazy for these cryos because they really are awesome. Okay, now, the one downfall of this base for everybody who's like, oh yeah, look at that base, it's amazing, I'm gonna copy that. The placement of the boom cannons. One shock can take out all 4 boom cannons. So if you're up against something like this, sweet mama, watch out, those boom cannons are not gonna last very long. Where this layout gets away with it is having the ridiculous boost. Actually, you know what? I'd like to point out, the first couple of times people were complaining about the Imitation game being so boring and it's so easy. Blah, blah, blah. Supercell, I think, was just adjusting their, I don't know, whatever, their algorithm or, like, their rules of selection. I don't know how they decide whose base gets what, but very, very clearly, they were just kind of, they were putting something out there to start, and then now they're tweaking it and kind of ratcheting it down, making things harder and harder. Like last week, I was like, okay, final level, I could probably do like rifle Zooka medic. Now I'm looking at this and I'm like thinking, wow, yeah, the last 2 levels would probably be good to do rifle Zooka medic. So very, very slowly, they are picking bases with more and more ice and more defensive oomph. So I can see these very quickly getting very hard. Absolutely awesome. Really enjoying it. They're definitely making you change up and think and, you know, move forward. So bravo, Supercell. Good job. Anyways, guys, as you can see, 7 is going down. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been entertaining. And most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day taking down the Imitation game.